Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we are joined by Poppy Jones, a personal trainer at Third Space and an athlete firmly chasing the HYROX dream. Fresh off the racecourse in Manchester, where she clocked a PB of 101.18, taking the win in the solo pro, it felt like the perfect time to sit down and have a proper chat. We've been following Poppy's HYROX journey for a while now, and she's been quietly putting in the work, getting faster, getting stronger, and we definitely think she's one to watch. So we're here to find out a little bit more about her. Poppy, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited to speak.
Oh no, it would be great to learn a little bit more about you. Like Faye said, we've kind of seen your name popping up, and been following you for a wee while now. I actually watched you racing in London, a couple months back. So I was like, who is this girl? I need to find out. But maybe we could start firstly with Manchester just gone because you took the pro women win. How was the race for you?
Manchester was, it still feels like it was yesterday. I can't believe we're like nearly the end of the week now. But it was just such a special race because I really just feel like I'm just coming into my own at the moment with HYROX, and like coming out of a race like that, it just makes you realize that all those super hard days of training, like the days where you didn't really feel like it, the days where you just wanted to quit your session, it just everything almost just feels like it falls into place. And Manchester was a race that I actually really enjoyed. Like I enjoyed the whole thing from start to finish. Whether in London, I was so anxious, so nervous because I hadn't raced for like a year and a half before London, and I knew I was in good shape going into London, but like I just had no idea what time I was going to put down. Um, so I was putting just so much pressure on myself. So I think the whole race I was just a bit nervous and anxious, but Manchester like had way more confidence then from London. And I think I just smiled from start to finish. I did 200 meters unbroken farmers carry, which I've been working on with my coach, which I've never done before. I think after that I was like just cheering to the camera like, yes, I've done it. So yeah, it was really special, and like there was just random people just following me around the course, and to think that like that was even happening is just it's just mental to me. And my mum and dad were there, and my dad I think cried before I'd even started the race, bless him. So yeah, it was a really, really special race, and I'm still on cloud 1000.
Oh, I
Oh,
love that. Go on, Faye.
yeah, no, I was like, oh, it's awesome, isn't it, when a race goes well? And you said you felt really good in it. I mean, I'm guessing it still hurt, but you felt good as in it was like a good hurt. I don't
It
know. I
was,
feel like
yeah.
people listening are like, what the hell? She ran a 101 and she felt good. Like, can you explain that feeling a little bit more? Because
Um,
when I feel good, it's like on an easy run when I can have a chat and a conversation.
that also feels good as well. But I think I knew going into Manchester that I was in even better shape than London. Like I felt fitter, just in myself, in my training. I was producing better splits. Um, and I think just feeling good, I just felt very relaxed
Okay.
throughout the whole race. And just actually just took a moment during the race sometimes just to like realize what was happening. Like, oh my gosh, I'm winning by like quite a bit. And I'm just loving racing, and I'm producing times that are like nearly up there with the like what's almost like what is happening, and just relishing in like every single moment of it, and looking around and seeing the people watch. Yeah, it was just, I think it was more of a good feeling. Obviously it hurt like hell, but it was just a good, really good feeling. Yeah, it just made me feel very proud of myself, and very lucky as well.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
how did you just you mentioned London and it gave you confidence going into it. What how much we talk a lot about mental like the mental side of it as well. I know we've got the physical side, you need to be able to run fast, you need to be strong enough to move the sleds and things. But what do you think that mental like that positive mental strength did for you coming from London into Manchester?
I think coming from London, it was like I am capable of putting times down like that. But the before London, I didn't think I was, or I didn't know if I was. It was all like a bit in the unknown. Because my last race before London was like a year and a half ago, and I got like a 1:15. So I mean, it was like 14 minutes quicker, which I never would have expected before. But I knew I was in good shape, but yeah, I just didn't know how much like better shape I was in. So yeah, going into Manchester, it was like, okay. I can actually do this. And then it was like having the confidence of delivering and executing, like the run speed, the erg speed, the unbroken farmer's carry, stuff like that, which I'd worked on with my coach over that 5 weeks. I was way more confident in myself to execute it because I'd done that London time. I think the London race was very much needed to like settle like my anxiety and nerves of like what actually am I capable of. And then Manchester, the confidence was there, and it was just about more of the execution.
Yeah, absolutely. And what did you get in London? Can you remind? I did
It's like a
you
101.38 or something, was it?
101.53 in London.
in London? Yeah,
In
yeah.
London it was 101.53, yeah, and then that was 101.18, which everyone was like, oh my gosh, London was a rapid course. So now I'm like, oh, if I race London now, would I get like a sub 101? I don't know, but so I'm
Yeah,
so excited.
and I think Manchester, I'd say, is probably a very fair course in my opinion, as in I don't really feel like it's a fast course or a slow course. I feel like it's
Mm.
just quite like a level playing field. It like I think it's quite a good one to like put obviously an incredible time down and know that it is an incredible time and it's not because I don't know
It's a
people
quick
say
course, yeah.
yeah, which I'm not saying that takes away from it, but you do hear like I don't know when people have run a certain time in Berlin, everyone's like, oh well, that doesn't really
Berlin's
count.
the big
Yeah,
one, isn't it?
yeah, so I feel like Manchester's like a fair, like,
Mm.
yeah, you really did do that, and you know that you've got that time in you. But maybe we could talk about the journey a little bit now that you kind of just mentioned that, you had a year and a half where you didn't race, and before that you did a 114 or 115. Um, how did this all happen? What happened in that 18 months, and how's the journey been?
So when I did that like 114, 115, that was at the World Champs in Nice. So not the ones just gone, because that was Chicago, wasn't it? The ones just
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
It was the one before. And I was playing netball still then. So I was trying to balance both netball and HYROX, and I just completely burnt out. Complete because I was playing internationally with netball for Ireland and for Seven Stars, which was like a national league. So I was training about 7, 8 times a week with them, and then also trying to do like HYROX classes and runs and stuff. So it was a bit stupid looking back on it now, but obviously I was young and I thought I could do it. So I just completely burnt out and had about 2 months doing no netball, no HYROX, just sort of thinking, what actually do I want to do? What do I enjoy more? And I went with HYROX in the end, which my mum and dad were not too happy with because I was obviously already at that like the international level with netball. And then the HYROX was just this like random gym sport at the time that people were doing. And my mum and dad didn't even know what it was. They were like, you're ditching netball to do this. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Um,
fair.
so
What
I
what
got a
what
coach
pos
then.
what position did you play in netball? Were you centre?
I was centre, yeah. I'm not that tall, so I was a bit limited with what
Mm.
positions I could play in
I feel
netball.
like it's like, if you were just nothing against goalkeepers or goal shooters, but like centre is going to set you up pretty well for a high rock. So I was just
For a
thinking,
high rocks, you
if
got
you'd
the
have said you
thickness,
were a
haven't
goal
you?
shooter or a goalkeeper, I'd have been like, oh, fair play. You put some effort in running.
I mean, you can be good on the skier, can't you, if you're quite tall?
True that. Sorry for interrupting. I just needed to know that.
That's okay. So yeah, I got a coach after I burnt out, not the one I'm with at the moment. I think Hunter's coach, Mike Tremello. And I was with him for about 5, 6 months, but my times just weren't getting any quicker. And it was very like weight based, the training he was giving me, and strength based, which some athletes can obviously thrive off. But for me, it was just because I was already quite strong anyway from netball. And it was more the running I needed to work on. That was always going to be my weakness. I think in my first high rocks, my run splits were like 5:30s, 5:40s.
Wow.
And they just wasn't getting any better. So then I moved to Joe, who I'm with at the moment, who I've been with for 10 months, I think. So I literally started with Joe with like a 46-minute 10K, a 115 high rocks. And in 10 months, I've now got down to like a 36-minute 10K, sub 18-minute 5K, and a 101 HYROX. And all it's been is the running. Like I said to him, I was like, Joe, I need to get better at running. I was like, I'm strong enough on the stations, but the running is where I'm lacking. Like I make up so much time. And he was like, well, let's just get you running. And for the last 10 months, it's just been runs, thresholds, intervals, speed, long runs. And we've just hammered it. And that's ultimately, like, in my opinion, that's what's got my time right down in this last 10 months is the running side of things.
Oh, yeah, fair. I mean,
That is a huge jump.
that is crazy, but I've just remembered now you said about the running. I did a half marathon in Birmingham in Sutton Park, and I think you did the same half
Yeah,
marathon.
I did that one. Yeah.
And
It was.
yeah, and there was a pacing group for doing I think a sub 140, was it?
Yeah.
And I was gonna go with it, and then I got to I realized that it was a hilly course, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. We've been training in Dubai, and it's like so flat. And I tried to stay with the group for I think the first 2 laps, and then I couldn't like keep up on the hills. And I remember seeing
What was it called, that hill? They named it. It was awful.
It was awful.
Is it not Cardiac Hill?
Yeah, that's the one.
It's
oh
like the only.
my gosh.
I grew up near Sutton Park, and if anyone knows, that's where they did like the Commonwealth Games and stuff. And it's kind of my fault because I said to Em, I was injured at the time. I said to Em, it'll be great. Like we'll go and see my mum, and like there's a half marathon in Sutton Park. It'll be great. And Robbie, like one of our friends who was coaching us running at the time, who's a really good runner, was like, I think it's quite hilly. And I was like, no way, I've grown up around there. I don't remember any hills. I was like, I think it was like a hill for like 2 minutes or something. And then when you do the same loop 4 times, because I think that's what you guys did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I jogged the first loop, like, because I had an entry anyway. So I was like, oh, I'll do the first loop. And then I remember like dropping out because I wasn't really meant to be running, thinking, oh shit, like you guys have got 4 loops of that, and I told Em that it's not that hilly.
But I remember seeing at the end that there was a blonde girl left in the pacing group.
Now you're saying it, yeah.
Obviously you'd managed to stay, and you got like, I presume you got sub 140, and I was literally like, fair play, because that was like tough. So I mean, obviously I'm sure you're even faster than that now, but it's interesting hearing what you're saying. Yeah, and how the journey's like grown, because that's crazy improvements in 10 months.
Yeah, and fair play to him, because I genuinely don't know many coaches out there that can transform an athlete from in that amount of time. So yeah, shout out to Joe for everyone listening. An amazing coach.
Do you want to give him a shout out on his Instagram? Because he might get a few clients off this.
Joe, I think it's
Everyone's
Joe
like,
Davis. Joe Davis _ or something.
We can tag him.
Yeah, give him a tag.
You might have just done his business really a massive advantage, like giving him a massive advantage.
I have had a few messages from people, because obviously like my time difference in like 10 months is quite rare. You don't see it that often. So they're like, oh my gosh, what's changed? And I'm always like, get Joe as a coach.
Good on
and
Joe.
You will see that change.
And do you enjoy the running side of it? Like, is that something that you wanted obviously to focus on to get better, but that you enjoy the training as well? Or do you kind of miss lifting loads of weights in the gym? Or
do you know what? I hate strength training now. Like, I think I only do it once a week, and that is the day I dread. And it's not even that much, just like a few squats and a few like rows and presses and stuff. But that is the day I dread. But running, I just, when I've got to run, it's the run is like high, isn't it? I'm not sure if you get it after you finish your run. Like, there's actually just no other feeling that's better than that, in my opinion.
I mean, you do sound like a proper runner now. If you hate strength and conditioning, but you love running, I think we've definitely transformed you into a runner.
I never thought I'd be enjoying running. I know when we're in netball, and our coach would be like, can you just go and run like 200 meters? And I'd be like, oh, 200 meters? No.
Did you used to do the bleep test?
Oh,
I feel
my
like
gosh,
every time
yes.
like I played a lot of netball, and I feel like the bleep test it's something that they just always like to pull out, don't they?
The bleep test, that was like near the start of like my netball career, and then they changed it to something else. Do you know the one with like the zones? It was like A, B, and C zone.
Oh, no, I'm probably too old now. I'm going by you. I was there with the bleep test.
I can't remember what it was called, but then it changed into like a different one, which was even worse than the bleep
Oh,
test.
really?
Yeah,
How
and
can
I
it get
didn't think anything
worse?
could, yeah, I thought that too. I was like, how can anything get worse than the bleep test? But it was definitely, yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but fitness tests were big. But in the end, no one liked running further than like 200 meters in netball because netball is like very short. Have you played netball?
Yeah,
Yeah,
both of us played actually, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, do you still play now, or did you used to play?
No, I used to play. Like, I mean, I played more just when I was at school. I mean, I'd love to play now. I feel like it would be great fun.
Yeah.
It's been a long time though.
I think loads of people just do it for like the socials now, don't they? Just to like have a bit of team aspect of life and go out with friends.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that's a good point. Have you found like a big difference? Obviously, focusing on HYROX, a lot of the training is on your own, and then you're racing solo, so you're racing on your own. Do you find that hard not being part of a team and I guess all the pressure or all the eyes being on you?
Um, do you know, I thought I would, but I don't think I actually do because like in netball, um, even if you had the best performance of your life, you could still lose the game because people in your team weren't performing, which that's what I did not like about it. Like I would like say I literally played the best I thought I'd ever played, but we'd still lose by 10 goals because our shooters couldn't get the goal in that day. I was thinking with a high rocks is like it's just all on you. It's like every where you come, there's no other person like having a difference in that because it's just how much work you've put in on the day and how you've performed on the day. Like no one's going to change it. So I really like that part of Pyrox. It's just like how much work you put in reflects your performance. Whether in netball, it was a bit different. But I think like seeing friends and stuff every day, obviously, I probably do miss a bit. But since I've moved to London, it's like I've just had people on Instagram message me like, "Oh my gosh, I've seen you've moved to Stratford. Do you want to go for a coffee? It'd be lovely to meet up." And that's been amazing here. Like I didn't realize people like that in London. So I've met like so many new friends, but I'm also spending so much money on coffee and tea. But it's worth it, isn't it? Just like get out and speak to people. So I'm sort of getting like the social aspect through that. And then like through the team and individual sport, I actually prefer individual sport because it's just how much effort you put in rather than how much effort the whole team's putting in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, it's like netball's one of those games that's so hard because I know this isn't a netball podcast, but like we'll move back to HYROX in a minute. But I think it's because it's the one where like you can't move when you get the ball, and you have it's not
No.
like basketball or like hockey or any football where you can like dribble and if you can't really take it into your own hands. So I can understand you feeling that like yeah, I guess that move to HYROX and you being completely in control of your destiny is probably quite a nice feeling, especially
It's
if
a nice
you have
feeling,
put the
yeah.
work in. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
especially yeah, as you say, when you win, it's like as selfish as it sounds, it's like when you win, it's like, okay, I did that. Whether
Yeah, yeah.
when you win in netball, it's like, oh, we did that, not I did that. Like I know that sounds
Yeah.
really selfish, but I feel like it's a better feeling.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it totally makes sense though, like absolutely. And it's just solely down to you and you don't have to rely on anyone else and you're like responsible. Is the I mean, I did check the standings for the Elite 15, but I don't know if the website's been updated yet. So I was trying to work out where you are on the rankings, but is that the goal? And I imagine you must be pretty damn close now to
So on
hopefully.
the website, it's saying I'm 17th at the moment.
Yeah, close,
But
close.
my manager's emailed Pearl, her name is, which is like the head of the Elite 15, to like just make sure that's the official ranking, and if not, what is the official ranking? And the goal is Warsaw, the major, to try and qualify for that. So I think, yeah, my average time 17th at the moment. If it is official, a 17th, I don't know. It could be higher, it could be lower, but I think it's 17th. So it's like second roll down spot. So it is like quite likely that two people could say, sorry, I'm not doing this one, or I'm injured, or I'm ill. But I don't want to rely on them. I want to like get my average time in the top 15, so I don't need to like be nervous about people dropping out and getting a roll down spot. So I'm thinking of racing either the end of Feb in Poland. it's not Poznan and it's not the other main one. It's a different one, but I can never remember what it's called.
I
So I'm
think it's
thinking of maybe racing there, and then I've got
yeah,
go on.
Katowice, is it? But I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, that's the
Kato,
one.
yeah, Kato.
Katowice.
So something, yeah, something
That's,
like
Everyone that's
that.
Polish is
I'm,
getting stressed out listening to this now.
Sorry,
I
we
would have
don't mean
no
to
idea
offend
how to
anyone.
pronounce it.
But I'm
I
sure it's
don't
a
know.
great race.
Have you done that one?
No, but I have
No.
heard that a lot of people really like, I mean, I think just all of the Poland
Poland
Polish
races.
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 Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, to be fair. But no, I've not done that one. But that's I think that definitely is the end of Feb.
That yeah, because I needed one end of Feb because I'm doing Glasgow and London in March, but I
Oh,
wanted to maybe do one. I wanted to sort of do one before then, just like in case that it comes to Glasgow and I'm ill or something or I'm injured.
yeah.
Hopefully, touch wood, that doesn't happen. But then it's like, okay, I'm stuck at 17th now and I can't do anything to get higher because there's nothing I can do. Whether if I just have a race booked, um, then I can just. I think the more you race, obviously, the more times you can put down. So it just looks better. But yeah, so that's Warsaw's the goal, and to get higher than 17th ranked is the goal. That's the goal at the moment, and then we'll see Warsaw. But I don't know about racing in the Elite 15 at the end of the season because there are some very, very quick people out there. But with like I'm seem to be PBing Touchwood again every time I'm racing at the moment. Um, so I don't know. It's all so unknown to me at the moment. You can probably tell I'm still on like cloud nine. Like I still don't know what's going on.
I
No,
think it's awesome though, and you've got like you just got to ride that high, and maybe like you said, I mean, I understand what you're saying. You probably will get a roll down spot, but I would be in the same position as you, where you want to kind of solidify yourself if you can, and also
Yeah.
just more race practice is more race practice. Whether you go and you race and it doesn't move your time up, you're still getting more race practice. And I mean, take a leaf out of Charlie Bottrell's book. It doesn't seem to hurt, does it? Just go
Oh
and race
my
every
God.
weekend and see where you get to, and then you might have a night contract in a couple of months.
Do you know what he races? Is it like seven? Did he do like one weekend where he did 7 races or something in the space of 2? My body is in bits after one. Like, how on earth is he doing 7?
I know it's actually crazy, isn't it? But no, that sounds like a really good plan and a smart plan as well. And what if you don't mind us asking, like, what are you doing at the moment? Are you like full-time athlete? Are you like you're working at Space? Is that part-time, or how do you kind of manage your training and split your life up?
So I'm working at Third Space as a PT. I haven't got like very many hours there at the moment. I'm trying to keep it that way. It's just so I can prioritize my training. I said to my manager, I was like, just give me 2 years just to see how far I can go in this. And then in 2 years' time, if I'm still exactly where I am now, I'll put all my eggs into making money in this job. But at the moment, like I'm still only 22 and this is my dream. So like I know I need to follow that dream. So I've made my hours at work. Like I still work about 35 hours a week, I think. But I've just made it like afternoons to evening. So I've opened my diary, I think, from like 12 till 7, Monday to Friday. And then I have all morning to train. So I get up at 5, I'll do one session, have my breakfast, have a bit of a break, and then go do my next session and then head off to work. Which seems to be working quite well at the moment, and I'm handling it okay. And I meal prep all my food and stuff. So when I go to work, I can just microwave it and stink out the kitchen with whatever I boiled egg seems to be my favorite at the moment. So people walk in and they're like, "Oh, what is that?" At that point, I just hide under the table. Like, yeah, that's me.
That's
And
so good.
was the move to London for that job? Or was it for HYROX or the coach? What was the idea behind the move to London?
Do you know what? I think I thrive off like energy and being around sort of like-minded people. And where I was living at home, we sort of just live in the middle of nowhere with my mum and dad in the countryside and like quite an isolated area. Um, and yeah, I wanted the independence. I wanted to be, yeah, around like-minded people in London. It's like you can meet people, like connections and stuff, which you're not going to find anywhere else. And like companies and stuff that maybe potential sponsors and things that I'd like to work for in the future, they're all going to be based in London. Um, and yeah, I think I said to my dad when I'd go for like a run at 5 a.m. where we live, that I'd be the only person on the road. Like even that I wouldn't see a car. I go out for a run at 5 a.m. here and I can't even like I have to shoulder barge people on the path. I'm like, it's buzzing and I love that side of things because I'm just around people like crazy people like me. And also, yeah, just the independent side. Like I wanted to sort of move away from home and experience that for a bit because I did at uni, but I didn't feel too independent at uni because I was still coming home every weekend to see my mum and dad because my housemates all decided to get boyfriends. So at the weekend it was like, do I stay in this house by myself and just like eighth wheel everyone, or do I go home and have my mum's roast dinner?
Yeah, but
So yeah, just having like the independence and being around like-minded people and just the buzz, I think I really thrive off.
Yeah, no, that's, I mean, a great idea. And I think like an awesome opportunity, like you say, to meet like-minded people and like potentially jump in training with some people or go for a run. And it is true, like we spent a bit of time in London and you get off at like 5 a.m. and like the world's awake. It's so weird. And like there are people out running in Hyde Park and other people. And it's like, oh yeah. Whereas I think probably a similar experience, like where we live, if we go out, we literally see like a sheep or a cow, and we don't really see much else. Like definitely no other people.
It's a
Um,
bit scarier, isn't it, as well, when you're like the only one
yeah,
around.
yeah, and it does motivate you being around other people doing the same
mm,
thing. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
so what does the kind of next few weeks look like for you after getting the PB and the 101? Does the training stay the same, or is there anything else? Like, I mean, now your running is obviously like super fast and you've improved a lot. Is there anything that you're like switching up or trying to focus on in the next like 5, 6 weeks?
Well, I had a call with my coach actually, and we just like went over, okay, where can we make up time now? Because I think like when you get to a certain time now in HYROX, it's like yeah, you're sort of like you're good at everything, but so you're not going to be able to take minutes and stuff off one thing in particular now. It's just like making small differences that are going to like just add up those seconds. So I think comparing like my splits to the like elite 15 people at the top end, I think my burpees we want to improve by about 20 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. My sled push, I'm looking to take like another 10 seconds off. So those two are going to be big in training, and lunges as well, I think is another one, about another 10, 15 seconds. But I think lunges and burpees is just more about your cadence, isn't it? Like how quickly you second through on the lunges. And then the burpees, it's like how quickly can you get back up? And I'm like, oh my God, don't make me get up any quicker. And then just like I think being generally just overall fitter, obviously then you can just do everything quicker, as in like the runs you just get slightly quicker, you come off the station slightly quicker, um the rock zone you'd be slightly quicker, and then that just all then makes up those seconds that are going to get you like close to the hour sub hour. So yeah, next few weeks is a lot of still a lot of running.
yeah.
Volume's gone up in running and those sort of station specific work.
Oh, cool. What volume are you doing? Like a week for your running?
Running, Joe likes to keep me between the 50 and 60k mark. He says that's like he thinks that's an ideal mark for someone who's doing HYROX. And I found it okay. It doesn't actually feel too much when you're doing it because you'll add in like I'll do like an interval session and you'll say like do 2k warm up and then like 8k worth of intervals and like 2k cool down.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
already on 12k then. And that's
Yeah, and
only
you
like
almost
one
like
session.
you forget the like 2K warm up and the 2K cool downs almost, don't you? Because you like
Yeah,
zone
like
out
you
of that for
forget
a
that
bit.
that's a thing. Although I've
Yeah.
had to stop doing the 2k cool downs now, my interval sessions, because I'm not sure if you do you do your interval sessions on a treadmill when you do them?
I mean, we used to
Sometimes,
do them
yeah.
outside, but now, yeah, since being in
On the
Dubai,
treadmill.
we've done everything on a treadmill. So
Well, like
yeah,
I'll do my intervals like quickly on a treadmill, at like a speed, and then I'll go into the cool down, obviously like a very low speed because I'm gasping for breath. and my calves almost like seize up in the cool down. And I think it's because my running style must change because obviously I'm going from like 340k
Yeah.
pace, like 530k pace. And the warm up always feels fine, the intervals feels fine. But as soon as I go into the cool down, it's like, oh my God. So I've stopped now doing the 2k cool down on the run. I go on the
Yeah.
row or something and do like 10 minutes to flush it out that way. But yeah, I think it must be something to do with like the technique as you're cooling down because obviously you're running so much slower compared to what you're doing the intervals at. I've asked ChatGPT and it says it's normal, so that's what I'm going off.
Yeah, yeah. I think like yeah, I'm just thinking about Robbie and like our friend Robbie. He's like like a Scottish trail runner, well, British trail runner, like ridiculously good runner. But when we were doing a lot of running with him, he sometimes he couldn't run at our pace because it was too slow. Because like he runs,
Oh,
he's
really?
not he was genuinely not being like like horrible or anything. He just runs so much faster that it would like almost hurt him to run that slow because it changes his like stride length and his cadence and everything that he does. So
That's
might
interesting,
be something to
actually.
do from that, especially when you've been pushing so hard. I mean, I have no idea. That's just me like throwing it out there, but
No,
I
I
think
have no
once
idea either.
yeah, I feel like once you've run at like a high cadence and you've been pushing at a high speed and then you slow it down, you do tend to do like a different stride and a different cadence, don't you? You don't stay in that fast cadence so much
Yeah,
when the
it feels
speed
like I
drops.
do, but then it's also like I'm cooling down, but I don't want to be going quickly. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so I've
That's
just
an odd
chosen not
one.
to do that now.
Did you do
Yeah.
any of your intervals outside, or are they all on the treadmill?
I do my thresholds on the treadmill just because I know it's going to keep me at that pace, and
Mm.
I'm in my head. I'm like, if I'm running outside, like I just know if I'm tired, I'll try my best not to, but like even those couple of seconds different per
Yeah,
K, it's like I'd rather just do them all at the same on the treadmill. Um, but like this morning, what did I do this morning? It was like 60-minute easy outside and then 30-minute easy, no, 30-minute hard, but between 4:10 and 4:20 pace. And I did that outside because but like in a 10-second gap, split
yeah,
difference, it's okay. I can hold between that. But when it's like do this at exactly this speed. It's like I can't. I'm not a magician. I can't exactly run at the speed that you're
yeah.
telling me to. So that's when I prefer to go on a treadmill.
And
Yeah.
do you use the track or anything like track sessions or?
No, I do. I haven't done a track session in ages. I live in Stratford now, and I've got the Olympic Park literally next to me. So there's
Oh,
really good circular loops and they're flat as well. So I just tend to go over there
ah,
because it's literally just over the road. But I'm sure there is a track, but because I trained so early as well, a lot of the time they're not even open at the times I want to train. So
yeah.
but yeah, I definitely do should start getting more into track. But the circular route around the Olympic Park for me is literally basically a track anyway. So
Yeah, if you've got a flat loop that you can do your intervals on. I think sometimes people just like being down the track. Like I quite like running around the track.
yeah,
Sometimes it's quite a nice one to do efforts on because I don't know, there's something about it.
it
It's a different
feels very
surface as well, isn't it?
professional, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's something about like you just feel quite good on it and then someone comes running past you, like you,
Oh
probably.
my God, yeah, the track athletes.
Yeah.
I just leave when I see them coming. I'm like, no, you're gonna
No, you
humble
should
me too
join in
bad.
now. I reckon you'll smoke some of them.
No, absolutely not. I like running, but yeah, they track runners and 800 meters runners,
Yeah.
they're in a different league, absolutely different league to me.
And then has this always been like your dream? Has sport always been what you've wanted to pursue? You obviously said about netball, and then you went to uni. Was it sport at uni, or did you have
Yeah.
any other big dreams?
No, literally, sport has always been like my thing, and I've just always wanted to have a career. Like I'm a PT now, but I haven't even wanted to have a career as a PT. It's like want to have a career as an athlete. And I never thought I was for like the last 2 years. I was thinking, oh gosh, is this possible? Actually, like, should I try and maybe put more effort into like my work or get a few more qualifications? But like in this last 3 4 months, like for the first time ever, it's like I actually am starting to realize that it is possible. So yeah, it's probably I think it motivates you even more as well. Do you know when you're like something so close like to what you've been thinking of like your whole life? It's like now I feel like I'm even more motivated than I was like pre-London, which I didn't think was even possible.
That's so cool though. And then you had your like break from Nice World Champs, and then you obviously had a break, burnt out a little bit, maybe overtrained, and then you came back in. Was it a conscious decision to wait to race in London and see where you were? Because I'm guessing you probably could have jumped in a little bit earlier, but did you make a conscious decision to put in a really good training block?
Yeah, it's like I knew I didn't like the feeling of like entering a race and not like knowing I was going to be up there with the best. Like
Okay.
I know a lot of people do HYROX just for fun, and yeah, that's people's thing. But for me, it's like I want to enter a race and know I can win it, or know I'm going to be in like the top three and have a chance. So I feel like I waited and trained for literally 10 months straight. I think I hardly missed a session and waited until I knew that I thought I was ready to like be competing against those people. Um, and yeah, London was that moment for me. And I think that's why I was so anxious and nervous going into London. It's because I knew I really wanted to be competing against those people. And I felt like I was in the shape too, but I just didn't know because I hadn't raced. I hadn't put any times down since like Nice World Champs, like what was it, 2025, 2024. Um, so yeah, but
And
London was a breakthrough. Definitely a
how
breakthrough.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you feel lining up on the start line? And then, I mean, I saw you on the rower. You had a great support team with you, I think, because that's how I knew your name was Poppy. They were screaming so loud. And then I was like, right, Poppy went on Instagram. I was like, who is this girl? But how did you feel lining up? Because I know that I think Lauren Stockley took the win just a few seconds before then Gabby Moriarty was racing. And there was, I think, a good five or six of you that were, I saw on the rowers, all like obviously great athletes, really quite close together. And it was a tense race. And how did you feel knowing that those girls were lining up as well? Like, did that put more pressure on you, or did you thrive off that?
Yeah, it definitely did. And Joe, he was like, Poppy, don't look at the start list. Don't look at the start list. Don't do it. But of course I'm gonna do it. Like, who doesn't look at the start list when it comes to racing? And then like I was on my iPad for like a good hour, like, oh, she's doing it. Right, let's go on Instagram, search her. What's her results? What are running like? And like then you just get in a cycle, don't you? Which so I probably don't help myself in that aspect. I actually need to stop doing that. But then also like London, I think was good because it's like you're actually racing people. And I think when you're actually racing people, it does make you go quicker, which is what I sort of missed in Manchester a bit. It's because I didn't have like in London, I had Lauren and Gabby always like there just in front of me. And it's like, right, okay, I can't slack off because they're there. I don't want to get any further behind. But in Manchester, obviously, I was like quite a bit ahead of everyone. So it's like I tried my best not to get too comfortable, but also it's like I think if someone was maybe like a bit in front of me and there, or I was racing neck and neck with someone, could I have probably like pushed a bit more? Probably, but obviously it was an amazing race. I loved it, but that's probably yeah, I loved London in that aspect. It was an actual race, where the Manchester was just sort of like racing for the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then
totally.
you spoke about Warsaw and like looking to get into the next league. Have you thought about, are you gonna think about London as well? Because they've got the regionals. Are you gonna race that? If because I'm guessing you're trying
Yeah,
to get you
so
straight into.
I bought a pro ticket for London, like I don't know when the tickets came out, before I'd even done London XL.
Mm.
So I'm doing a pro on Friday, I think I'd entered for, but my manager Rory, he said that they're probably going to move my race from Friday, like withdraw me from that race and put
Okay.
me in the elite one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers
That's
crossed,
cool because that's an awesome opportunity as well to like see where you're
to
at and
try and
maybe
qualify.
punch
Is
a
that
yeah.
still, do you need to win that to go to Warsaw?
Yeah, so whoever wins, no,
To
no, whoever
Stockholm.
wins goes to Stockholm.
Oh
It's a
my
whoever
God.
wins goes to the World Champs.
Oh, so it's like an actual,
It's
oh
like
gosh.
it's almost like the last chance qualifier, but it's only for like that. There's like for passport holders in Europe,
Oh,
and if you win
okay.
it, that's like you winning the last chance qualifier. I think there's only one spot, isn't there, Em?
One
It's just
spot, yeah.
it's just
The
the
One
winner.
winner.
spot.
Yeah, so there's a race in London, a race in America, and a race in
Asia, like Australia.
like Asia, Australia. Yeah, so the each winner then goes to Stockholm.
Stockholm. Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
qualifies for the
Yeah,
I'll
so that's
I'll
like a
speak
good,
to
as well
him.
as Warsaw. Yeah, as well as
Yeah.
Warsaw, that's like you'd get two opportunities
Two
then.
opportunities. Yeah, I'll speak to Rory because he did mention that. He said they'll probably withdraw me from my pro race on Friday and move me into the Saturday one.
the
I'd say
regional.
like you
Yeah,
probably
that.
want to be in that one.
Yeah.
You'd be well gutted if you were in the pro race. You took that at the beginning, and then you
Imagine
could
if
have
I
been.
got like if I got a good time as well, like I
Yeah,
got the winning time or something. If I was, is it the
In
same
the
course? Like, is it in the same place?
I,
The
I,
yeah,
Olympia.
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. I think I don't know whether it's like towards the beginning of the week though. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know whether it's before the weekend. I think
before
it
the
might be
weekend.
because I think they've got the Open Championships and that like regional, and then they do the London Olympia HYROX, and then run all
HYROX,
the stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, with that. So yeah, you should definitely look into that. That's top tip, I
Yeah, I'm
reckon.
gonna write
And
that
if you
down in my
win,
notes.
you can thank us.
I'll give you a shout
Shout
out.
out to Atalanta. Yeah, yeah. When you get really famous, just remember who told you to go to that race.
And then I was gonna ask, did seeing obviously you raced against like Lauren and Gabby in London, and now they are in Phoenix, like about to race that Elite 15 race. Does seeing that like inspire you and just kind of like give you that fuel to the fire, knowing that like you will
Mm.
get there? Because like it's really like again round the corner for you, but it must be pretty cool to see that they raced like the race with you and now they're in Phoenix.
They're in Phoenix, yeah, and it's actually mental because looking at the Elite 15 racing in Phoenix, the people who are trying to qualify, I think from the average times, like I think I would be ranked about 11th on the list.
Oh.
Um, it now after Manchester, which is like, oh, why did I not race Manchester before? But also like I do think everything happens for a reason, and I do think that like give it another month or two, I will have like they're having their opportunity now and they fully deserve it because they performed before me in London. And yeah, I just know my time will come. And yeah, it's like it's a reality check, like seeing them there and like knowing that my times are there now. It's like, oh my gosh, like I'm
Mm.
so close. Like I'm so close. But yeah, it's a busy one.
Yeah,
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 it's a cool thing though, isn't it? To like picture yourself there, and I guess it all just leads into that confidence building, and you can take it into your next race, and just knowing that you do belong. Because I think do you get imposter syndrome, or are you just like you're riding the high, so you don't think you would?
No, I think I do. Sometimes I do like go on Instagram and follow like all these elite athletes, and I think, oh my gosh, they're amazing. They're producing these times, and then it's like, Poppy, you're not even that far off them anymore. Like, stop thinking like that. Um, but that's just me. I'm just very nervous and overthinker. And I'll look at someone and think, oh my gosh, they look amazing and they perform amazing. And then I just need to realize actually, like, come on, Poppy, you're there now. You're so close. So yeah, I definitely do get a bit of imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I think it's like hard not to with anyone with anything really. I think everyone says it, don't they? But sounds like you've got a really good support system, and your mum and dad are really supportive. Has that helped you out a lot?
Yeah. In Manchester, I was so glad that they were watching. And it was the first time in the last few months with HYROX, it's like I've actually seen them like be really proud of me. Like when I was playing for Ireland in netball, like I could see like when they would speak about, oh my gosh, my daughter plays for netball for Ireland, and they'd speak about me really passionately and like see the pride in their face. But like for the last 10 months and even before that, when I was just doing HYROX race, getting a 115, like nowhere near really like the top of the sport. It's like obviously they would pretend, oh, that was really good, Poppy, but I'm thinking, no, it's just tell me it's not good. Like, come on. And now, like over the last 2 months, like seeing them cry at the weekend over how proud they were of me is actually makes me a bit emotional as well because I'm such a family person. That our family are really close. So like their thoughts and opinions and like what I'm doing actually means so much to me, probably more than anyone. So seeing them like that in Manchester, yeah, it was really special. And I almost do it for them as well. Like I love the fact that they're proud.
That's
yeah.
so cute.
Oh, yeah, it's not, and I think it's important to have the support system? Because like you go through the highs and the lows, don't you? And obviously your decision process with netball or HYROX, and like they've been through it all with you
Yeah.
and seen you throughout, and now I guess to see you thriving in HYROX and how much the sport's growing. And I mean, I don't think it's a bad decision to go down the HYROX route. I think it's getting big, and it's a great space to be in. So I think, yeah, you're showing the world what you can do, and it's amazing. And got it, like I think we were speaking about it the other day. I think HYROX athletes have got to be like some of the fittest. Like it's incredible fitness, like running and strength. Yeah,
Yeah.
like combined, it is a horrific like race for an hour of like
Horrific. That's such a strong word. Horrific.
but like it's not, I don't know, 10 minutes or
Yeah, it's brutal for
yeah,
sure.
it is brutal. It's pure fitness.
No, you definitely do have to be, because you've got to cover all aspects, haven't you? You've literally got to cover every single aspect of fitness, from like grip strength to running to pushing a 150-kilo sled. It's like you are covering everything. But I don't think I could ever be as fit as like a 100-kilometer ultra marathon runner. That I look at them and I think, oh my gosh.
It's
Yeah.
just like different fitness
play.
though, isn't it? Both hurt, but both
Both
maybe
hurt, yeah.
the ultra marathon, they can have a sandwich on the way and, stop for a second and get back into it.
No,
Whereas like High Rocks, it's over
record,
quicker, but
a world record got set for the ultra marathon 100 kilometers. Was it
oh,
like
that
2 months
guy.
ago? He
Yeah.
averaged like 2:40s
I
the
know. I don't
100
think he ate a
kilometer.
sandwich, actually. I think he probably had gels. I'll be surprised if he ate a sandwich. He wasn't really in my mind when I was saying that. I reckon he was on the gels.
Do I?
And talking about fueling and moving on quickly from that, do you fuel in a HYROX, Poppy? Like, how do you
Do you know
fuel? Do you have a
what?
sandwich or do you just take
So,
gels?
I'm actually celiac, so sandwiches need to keep cooking.
God, the sandwich thing wasn't great, was it? That was a really bad example.
So please never feed me a sandwich.
You've just given it away now to any of your competitors. Emma, you all right? I'm crying.
I keep away from the sandwiches
Okay.
pre,
Boiled
during,
eggs.
and post. But the gels, I didn't have a gel in London actually. And then Joe, my coach, was like, okay, next race we're going to try having a gel. And since then, I'm in training. I was trying them, and I liked them. I had the cis ones, and they actually taste really good. I think I had the passion fruit flavor or something, and it actually just tastes like fruit juice. So I raced with a gel this time. I put it in my sports bra. Half of it went all over me, but apparently that's normal. And I had it after the burpees, I think. And do you know what? I did actually feel like it made a difference. Whether it made a difference, okay, you're having a gel, so it's going to make you feel better, or it actually did make me feel better, I don't know. But yeah, that made me feel better. Like just a bit of like an energy boost during it. And I had a gel 20 minutes before I started as well. And that's all what Joe's told me to do. So he tells me to do. I'm like, okay, yeah, gel, and he goes.
No, I think there's just more and more research now coming out showing that like fueling, especially because of the intensity of HYROX, even though it's only an hour, it's so intense that your body like needs that extra sugar.
The amount of
that's
food
awesome.
that you need to eat is actually like crazy when it comes to HYROX training.
Yeah, talk to us a bit about that. Like, talk to us a bit about like your training load and your fueling. Like, could you do like a day in the life, like what you eat and how you train?
So like pre-London, I was on about 2,600 calories. And I was dropping in weight, and I didn't want to drop any more in weight because I felt like I was prime weight, competition weight, and I was running well and I was moving the stations well. But then after London, I continued to drop weight, and I was like, okay, right, we need to up the calories. So Joe was like, okay, let's go on 3,000. I was like, okay, up to 3,000. And it was mainly just increasing carbs, increasing fats. And I was like, Joe, I'm still losing weight. And he was like, okay, let's go like 3,400. And I was like, okay, increase carbs, increase fats. I was like, another week, Joe, I'm still losing weight. So now I'm on 3,750 calories a day. And like that's my maintenance now, and I'm there. And like recently, because I think your digestive system, it like gets used to the amount of calories you're eating, and then after a while you need to up it again. So I think I'm gonna have to up it to nearly 4,000 over the next week. Which is crazy when you think about it, isn't it? Like that is so much food. But the main difference I made was like before I was on 0% fat skier, I'd get like a skinny latte from Costa. Now I go into Costa and I'm like, but I want a large latte with full fat milk. And I go full fat yogurt, full fat everything. And actually, the calorie difference in that actually makes up like another 1,000 calories just in itself. So that hasn't been too hard. But yeah, just the amount of food, you don't realize it. And also, like,
Mm.
since I've upped it to that amount, I felt so much better in training, which I don't know if it had an impact in why I performed better in Manchester because I was eating more. But yeah, I just, my splits were better, you feel more energetic. And it's actually, yeah, it's quite nice eating full fat yogurt every day as well because it tastes so much better than the 0% fat one.
It's cool
No,
though, like these small changes. Yeah, just like if anybody else was struggling and needed to, work out how they could maybe take a little bit more fuel on and how they could feel better if they're feeling a bit flat during training, or maybe their times aren't coming up. Maybe just some changes like that, like you said, going wild in Starbucks. But
Who's going all the full fat? Oh, and nuts. I've been having more now. I have like nuts in the morning because they're really high in calories, and avocado, dates, like the name the highest calorie foods, and I promise you, I'm having them in a day.
oh, it's so good. No, thank you for sharing that. It's really important to hear. And what's like do you know the hours of training you do in a week, roughly?
Um, mm, I think I probably train about 2 hours a day,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
six. So probably between 12 and 15, around that sort of mark. So not like not overly, not too much. I know some people train like 20 plus, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you doing that? But I think with Joe, he just gets the balance right, and he just does the simple stuff really well, which is what I think I've thrived off. Like we don't go and do crazy HYROX workouts every day. It's like, okay, we'll do a long run, we'll do a long row, we'll do a threshold session. It's like we just do the very like basic stuff, but we do them well with like quality.
mm.
Um, so yeah, the training, obviously it's a lot, and it does feel like a lot sometimes. But it's not. I know we mentioned Charlie Bottrell. Like I see a story sometimes. That yeah, 36 hours of training this week, and I'm thinking, do you just not get off the bike when you go to
Yeah.
sleep? You just like, how are you getting that amount of training in?
I
I
think
know.
like as an ex like pro cyclist, I think he's just like used to being on the bike for so like I think for anybody else spending that much time on a bike is just like crazy. But I think he's just I don't know, like I think he's brought his former life into it and then he's like
Yeah.
got used to being on the bike for 7 hours, but then still added in high road. I don't know.
But
My
Crazy.
if
bum goes
I
so
know,
numb on the
yeah.
bike. Oh
I
my
don't know how
gosh.
you, yeah. I used to cycle as well, but like I would mountain bike so I'd get off the saddle, but I could definitely sit on a saddle for longer than I can now. I struggle so much. I'm like, get me off this bike now. Get me off.
Do you wear those the shorts with the
Yeah.
padded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh,
not.
I
Do
hate
you?
walking around the... No, I
Oh, in the
do,
gym with
but
them.
I have
Yeah.
to walk through the whole gym to get to the bike, and it's like the walk of shame. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's just like
Waddling along with like this massive nappy on, basically, isn't it? If anyone doesn't understand what they are, they just look like really bad like gym shorts, don't they? Like
yeah, and I don't think a lot of people do understand what they are because the looks that I get when I walk through the gym in them. Oh my gosh, I just want to walk straight back out again. But I'm like, I just don't look. I keep my head down, walk to the bike, put my headphones in,
it's worth it
walk
for the
straight out.
extra padding. It's worth it. Like if you were sitting on that bike without the extra padding, I think it's worth it. It's worth the looks.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh God. No, it's so true. I think everyone will relate 100%. Um, but maybe on that note, I think we've kind of covered quite a lot in the last 45 minutes, an hour nearly. So maybe I could I ask you the last question now. Disclaimer, because Poppy's only 22, so that like I'm not sure like how well this question works, but maybe you can think back to when you were a bit younger, a little girl, or for the next generation of little girls coming up, probably looking at you, and you're, I'm sure, inspiring so many of them. But what would you say to your younger self or the next generation of girls coming up?
I think I'd say whatever goal you have is like put everything into it. I think it's what I've realized at the moment. Like my goal is to be the world champion one day. And like you just need to put everything into it in every form of life, like your training, diet, routine, nutrition, just do absolutely everything you can so you don't regret, like say it doesn't happen. It's like, oh, okay, but I could have done this, I could have done that. Don't allow yourself to say that. Do absolutely everything possible to be able to achieve it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, go all in. I love that.
Yeah,
It is
Exactly,
like you only regret what you don't do, don't you? And like if you look back and you've done
yeah.
everything possible, and it doesn't matter how far you've got, you know you gave it everything. I think that's
You
such
know you gave it everything and it is
yeah,
what it is then, isn't it? But if you know
yeah,
you could have done more, then it's like, oh, but you can't go back in time.
yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
totally. And then
absolutely.
just on that, like, what gave you that like confidence to go, oh, I'm not going to do the netball and I'm going to do the HYROX? Like, what was it? Because you said your parents were a bit like, oh, so like it was obviously just all you. What was it that just like flipped that switch that made you think, oh, I'm just going to do it?
Because I think in netball, what annoyed me a bit as well was it's all very opinionated netball. Like you'd get court
Mm.
time if a certain coach liked you, or you might come off because one coach doesn't think you're doing very well, but the other coach thinks you. It's like there's no stats that prove that you should be on that court for however long. Whether in High Rocks, it's like, okay, you're in the Elite 15 because you've got this time, and there's no arguing that. But in netball, it was just very like whatever coach you had, and they all had their favourites and then people they didn't like. And yeah, I just like the fact that you can't argue with the fact that in High Rocks there's a time and you did that yourself. So it's not like, sorry, you can't be in the Elite 15 with that time because we don't like you. It's like you've got that time, so you are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, fair. That's cool. I like it. I
very
just
good
wondered
point.
what flipped that switch because you said you really take on your like parent, you listen to your parents and your family, and you obviously just had this gumption that you knew you could do it. I just wondered what it was, but that's
Yeah, I feel
cool.
like I just had a gut feeling
Mm.
that High Rocks was, and I think by because I've been playing netball since I was 11, 10, 11 years old. And I think I'd almost just, training twice a day for 6 days a week, continuous games, traveling. I think I was almost a bit just tired of it. And High Rocks was obviously this new, exciting thing, which I sort of wanted to jump on board and not get the FOMO
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, totally. No, like it's really interesting, and I mean, I think you've made the right decision because you're absolutely flying.
Oh, thank you.
And we really do hope that your dream comes true and you become world champion one day, and I have no doubt. So, um,
Oh.
we wish you all the luck in your future races and everything to come. But for anyone wanting to follow that journey, where can they find you? What's the best? Oh, the a new YouTube as well. We were going to ask
Yeah.
you about that, so
Oh yeah, I said that.
I'll let you go. You can tell.
Well, obviously Instagram's my main one, Poppy J Fitness, and then just literally today, my first YouTube videos come out from Manchester because I had a videographer recording the whole day, and
Oh,
he's
cool.
edited it all for me. And yeah, it came out at 4 p.m. today, and it's called Poppy J Fitness as well because I thought we've got to keep the same name, otherwise it's just going to get confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's come out as well, and then I also have TikTok, which again is Poppy J Fitness.
oh no,
Awesome.
perfect.
We
And
can
that's
link it all up, can't we?
yeah, yeah, super exciting. Are you gonna just try and document a little bit more behind the scenes of kind of training and the life over on YouTube?
Yeah, I think I'm going to get Rob, his name was, who did all the filming. Going to try and get him to come to all my races and do a YouTube for me, and then maybe like invest in a camera and be one of those people that you see walking around vlogging. But I get a really bad stage fright, so I'm just going to have to try and get used to
You'll be
It,
fine. Just forget anybody else is there.
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, thank you so much for this. It's been awesome to find out more about you, and really cool to hear the journey, and how amazing you're getting on in the post Manchester high. So thank you for sharing it all.
Oh, thank you for
Yeah,
having me. It's gone so quickly.
Yeah,
I
I know.
know.
Literally, we always feel like we could chat for hours. But
You're
no.
gonna have to do a rematch of Sutton Park half marathon with Poppy.
Oh, really?
See if-
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That'll be great for me.
I think you should do. I think you should do that this year. Stay with that pacer.
Yeah, you can definitely stay.
It was good fun, but yeah, I definitely underestimated the hills in that one. But no, thank you so much. And good luck for your future races.
Oh, thank you.